Well, hello there. I'm going to do just a couple of hip openers because I had a great Brazilian friend of mine uh, write and ask. And I encourage you to take her lead. Write to me, get in touch with me, let me know what you would like more of, what you need help with, maybe what you need a posture breakdown on. Share with me what yoga is doing for your life. Let's make it something where we co-create together. The more I hear from you, the more I'll know what you need, and I'll be able to honor that. For right now, I'm going to give you a few hip openers. So, I'm going to have you take a seated half pigeon. And what you're going to do is you're going to cross your right ankle over your left. You're going to pull the toes back. See, a lot of people do know this pose, but what they don't know is that if you don't engage your feet, then you aren't really going to access where you need it in your hip. So pull the toes back. And I want you to take your first two fingers and bring them to right underneath the ball of your pinky toe. And I want you to push into that. Then I want you to walk in a little bit. And I want you to press your chest towards your shin. Just enough until you feel something. Something juicy. But that's the thing. You don't want to push yourself in a way where you get hurt. I'm a safety girl. You also want to challenge yourself where you're going to feel some stretch, okay? So press this right knee away. Push out through the ball of that right foot under the pinky toe side, like you're pushing into a wall. Maybe that left foot walks in a little more. And again, there. And then, the other option you can do is come out onto your back. Yes, obviously you do the left side. But you'd come onto your back. And if you're not able to do this seated half pigeon, then you can lie on your back. And you, again, pull the toes back. You can hug around the back of the left thigh, or you can interlace your fingers around the shin. Both feet are flexed. And again, to find the hips, you activate the feet. Like you're pushing them into walls. And when you bring the leg in closer to you, you're pressing the right knee open, you exhale softly. See, you can do the pose all you want, but if you're not inhaling and letting that breath go free and full, then you'll pretty much stay stuck in your hips. You won't soften. You won't release much. So the key is release the breath, and you'll find some relief and some untying of this knot in that right hip and buttock. Then uncross. Now, rock back up to flat feet. And then there's another one you can do called double pigeon. Double pigeon is where you have the left leg under and the right leg stacked. And the right knee is right over the left ankle, and the right ankle is over the left knee. Then I want you to, if this is not happening for you, you're like, screw you, I can't do that. Don't leave the room just yet. Get a block or even a blanket or pillow. Put it right here under the right thigh, okay? And then it'll balance it out a little bit more. You got to work with the body you're in, though. And you got to be authentic about that. Be real with your body. Your body's never going to lie to you. That's, That's refreshing, actually. But it's up to you to look at your body, look at your alignment, and say, well, my body says this is what I have to work with, and if I listen to that, then I'm going to get the benefit. When you inhale, stretch your arms up. I want you to think you're leading with your navel. You can lean forward just enough. For some of you, it might be here. For some of you, it might be here. For some of you, it might be here. But don't do this if you're like super locked up here. You're never going to impress me by trying to be anything or do anything that your body is like, what are you doing? You're going to impress me by being sincere and humble. If you're only going that much, then that's where it's at. Then make sure you do the other side. Right leg, left leg. Stack something under here if you need it. Flex both feet. It might be helpful once you get something supported here. It might be helpful for you to take the palms of your hands to your feet. Push. And you won't have to go far to feel that. Like for me right now, it's like, I'm stuck. So wherever you're stuck, that's actually not where you push and bully your way through. That's actually right where you stay. But here's the secret. Exhale softly, but fully. Then when you inhale, then when you exhale all the air till you don't hear it anymore. And your body will naturally start to move a little bit more. And if you've been really tight for years and years, take off your Timex. Your body will open up in its own time. Okay. Another one you can do is bring the soles of the feet together. You can take the knees, butterfly them out. Again, it might be awesome to put blankets under both thighs and knees. Sit up tall. Press the feet together. Then I want you to take your thumbs and I want you to peel the soles of the feet back like the pages of a book. I want you to lead with your navel while you exhale softly. Whenever you think, I can't go past this point, if it's just insane, like a 5-alarm fire going off in your body of sensation, then I want you to back off. Most likely, my guess is if that's what you're doing, that's also what you do in life. You go too far too soon. The yoga practice can help you to work with that a little bit. So you go more to a healthy place, finding more of a middle as opposed to all or nothing. Come on back up. Pigeon, the full version. Again, you want to build up to that. But I'm going to walk you through this, okay? So, in pigeon, I want you to start out in down dog. I want you to take your right foot in a lunge. I want you to gently take your back knee down. You could always fold the mat over. The top of the back foot lands on the ground. I'm actually going to take you into something and then walk you into pigeon, okay? So you're going to work with me on this. I recommend you take your forearms and elbows to the floor. If that isn't happening, then I recommend you get blocks. I'll even come out of the pose and get blocks. I'm tight too. Do you think it's just you? Why do you think I teach this stuff? Because I know what it feels like to be you, sort of. Only when I learned how to find some empathy for how I felt, then it was a gateway to really connecting to feeling compassion, authentic compassion for others. Until I figured that out, it's like I was compassionate for everybody but myself, and in that way you're missing the point. It starts with you and extends out. Okay, your right foot lunges forward. Your back knee's down. It might feel good to take even a block to your back leg. Might not, but try it out. Turn the toes out towards, I don't know, somewhere around 1 or 2. You're not looking for perfect anyway. Oh, now I'm going to use the 1 block, okay? I'm going to work with what I got. Because my leg in the back feels like the support is nice. So then, look at your right foot, turn it out. If it's possible, lift the sole of the foot off the floor. If that's not happening and it's permanently frozen to the floor, that's okay. But just start to press that right leg down. While you then pull your chest away from your hips, tuck your chin down. Okay? If the sole of the foot lifts, great. You're going to come up. You're going to set the block aside. Actually, you're going to take the block and you're going to put one on along the right side. Now you're going to toe heel your foot over to the left wrist. Then you're going to bring the right leg down. The leg is behind you. A lot of people could really use a blanket or a block under your butt. So lift up your booty. Get the block under there. And you want it comfortable, you know. You don't want to be like on that edge. Doesn't feel that great. Okay, here's something I want you to get. I want you to look at your right knee. Your knee and hip, they want to be lined up. The right leg being parallel, if the hip is tight, it's not going to feel great, and you're going to be miserable. And if you're miserable, you probably won't be able to breathe. So if you need to, you bring that right heel in towards your left hip. Then, bring the elbows and forearms down. If you're able to get your butt on the floor, do that. But again, knee and the hip lined up. And also, flex this right foot. Flex it. Pull the toes back and press through the ball of that foot again. You're going to feel it. Eek, right there. See, it's all connected. One body part, engaging it, is going to make something happen somewhere else. It is truly a ripple effect. You're going to remember, inhale. Let your exhale let something go. Then breathe in. Then breathe out. It's absolutely normal to be in this pose for a short time and be fine with that. But if you stay a little longer than just a breath or two, then it gets a little gritty. It gets gritty because you're going into some deeper muscles. You're getting in underneath the surface layers of tension and stuckness. And you're getting to the nitty-gritty. And the nitty-gritty is really where things are at. And if we don't go into that, then we'll always be looking everywhere else. We'll always be kind of keyed up because we won't go to the root, the real deal of where our tension is. Our tension is not just in our physicality because of our physical, posture or our habits, our posture habits, our shoulders rounded at a desk and slumped on the couch, things like that. But usually it gets agitating to listen to me keep talking because you'll feel things more intensely. And I know that you're not going to like it. But I do know that you'll thank me tomorrow. Because I know that when you get to the root of something, it's going to bring up, one, probably irritation, frustration with me. I'm not the issue. I'm not the problem. It's bigger than me. I need you to breathe into it. Especially I need you to exhale really, really long. Once you get past your frustration and razor in on that, you'll realize that there's probably a little fear underneath it, hiding. And yet the body knows exactly what's going on, no matter what we try to convince ourselves. And underneath that little bit of fear, you'll start to feel like I need to get out of this pose right now. That's actually where your breakthrough is. If you're willing to stay in the room with me and breathe in and breathe out, you're going to come through it. Nothing's here to hurt you. Your body says, please don't leave me now. I've been trying to get your attention and tell you a few things. And if you feel pain, whether it's physical, soften into it through the out-breath. But it usually has a mental and emotional component. And so you just ask your body, what is going on? And oftentimes your body will say, I'm stuck. And then you say, where in my life am I stuck? Or you'll feel a lot of pain or burning in your butt. To get to the light, you got to endure the burning. To get to the ease, you got to feel the burning a little bit. And then if you're burning, say, what am I burning up about in my life? What or who is a pain in my ass? Or maybe it's none of that. Maybe for you it's just that you sit all the time in your car, you travel for work and you have to drive a lot. You sit on the couch, you're sitting at a desk. Come out of that nice and easy. And then you're going to give yourself an opportunity to come out of the pose. And I want you to press into down dog. Take that leg up. Bend the knee, roll it open. You're going to roll the hip down. And you're going to walk your feet up to your hands. Bring your hands to your hips. Ground through the legs, stand up. You won't say a word. And I want you to just walk around the room that you're in. Without a word, bring your attention to the right and left sides. And you'll notice probably one's tighter than the other, left's tighter. And then, wow, all this stuff, it brought up all this stuff, but wow, I have like some movement. I have some mobility. I have freedom. Hips don't lie. Go ahead, you're going to take pigeon on the other side. But before pigeon, you turn the toes. You take that back leg straight back. You're onto the elbows and forearms. You can lift the sole of the foot. The toes will be somewhere between 9 and 10. And you'll start letting that left leg drop while you pull the chest forward. So again, lengthen the spine out of the hips. After you've been there a few breaths, go for 3 to 5. Take your left foot, toe heel it over. Bring the knee and shin down, thigh down. Again, look at your left knee, have it lined with your left hip, and now pick your left hip up and pull it back. The right hip's going to roll down as much as it can. And again, you can bring that heel in right to that right hip. But flex through the foot. The pose by itself is not going to help you that much. Not really. You have a choice, and your choice is to wall off your breath, which is what we'll do when we're uptight. We stop breathing, so we contribute to our tension. Or you inhale and you exhale. And you'll get more invested in the sound of your breath in and out than your thoughts. And when you do that, you'll bring yourself into some deeper, tucked away feelings. And that's a good thing. If you recognize, if I stay with my breath, I don't have to run. And that's your freedom, because that's empowering. Because that means that you're back in control. Not your feelings, not your thoughts. You're in control of them rather than them running you. And you realize that that hip will open up, because a lot of our mental and emotional stuff is stored in here, in our hips. That's why you'll start to get agitated, and underneath that you might get fearful, and underneath that you may start to cry. Underneath your anger, get underneath the hood of it, you'll find it's fear. Underneath that, there's an area that you hurt. If those hurts are not healed, they close up and stiffen up the body. It's like the body will literally mold itself around our heartache and our old hurts to protect ourselves. But the freedom feels so much better. And resisting the need to run, it's a game changer. Take care of yourself. I'll see you soon. Mwah.